So what the sort of first thing that changed the way that I used Photoshop from kind of school to being taught actually at one of my placements on in a visualization studio was this kind of idea of non-destructive editing, which
Mhm.
sounds really fancy, but basically all it means is that you're always able to reverse any edits that you make to your file. I remember I was introduced to like this, image, and then all the filters in here, so like your hue, saturation, and everything. And when you do that and you apply that to the base layer, like you're permanently changing that layer. And so other than like control Zing, an hour later, 100 times, you're kind of, whatever you do is impacting that directly. Whereas what I learned to do is really kind of leverage the layer stack on the side here. And actually, rather than using those tools, what you want to be using are these tools. So when you select an adjustment layer, it adds it into your stack. So I'm going to go right back to the beginning of this. So just turn everything off. So this is also like, I'll get into some of the organizational stuff in a bit, but essentially what you want to be able to do is get back to the very, the raw render that you've got at the beginning, and any changes that you're making. So if I just add a curves on here, I can kind of change the contrast in here, and just turn that on and off as a layer. And that adjustment also has its own mask, which I'll get into in a sec. But you can, because that's just a separate object, it has a bunch of its own values that you can edit, tweak to soften the impact or not. So you can actually change the opacity or the fill of that layer. So if you like the effect that you've made, but you don't want to edit the graph, or you can't quite kind of tweak the graph exactly how you want, you can actually just change how kind of impactful that is on the scene. So that like is the basic principle of stack things in your layer stack, and then you can always go back and undo them. And then